Boomer Sooner, GOATQuest Nation. How you feeling, Tom Beer, a known Michigan Wolverine fan after...
now I'm a known Michigan
You're
Wolverine.
a known Michigan... You're,
if I had
your
to
beloved,
pick...
Your beloved has a son playing athletics at a high level.
If I had to pick, I'd take Michigan State if I had to pick.
Really?
Yeah.
I
would.
All the way back to George Perlis and Duffy Doherty.
I played with a bunch of guys that went to state, like Ty Halleck and I don't know, a few other guys, and they were just good people.
Yeah.
So
you rooted for State.
Yeah, I'm a State guy, I think.
Yeah. But when
Maybe
Michigan
60,
plays
40.
Ohio State, you root for Michigan.
Sure, I'm for Michigan. No question.
Well, when Michigan plays Oklahoma, which doesn't happen very often, but when it does, I really get to, as you can see, flex that Boomer Sooner muscle.
And your daughter goes to Michigan.
She does, and she and I were going back and forth on text messages
and she
during
was
the
all
game.
and she was upset. She was totally upset.
She
and
was.
you still picked.
I kept rubbing it in even worse. Yeah. I was saying, that's sad. We're ready to crack out? Crack out.
Some crazy Diet Coke.
Welcome to GOATQuest, ladies.
Full of caffeine.
Yeah, my daughter, I give no mercy to. She's got big shoulders, and she got to learn to take it.
But right? Oklahoma's it.
She's going in.
Other than that, you're with Michigan.
Other than that, when Michigan and Michigan State play, I go for the character of the team. Right, I really do. I look at.
You really do.
If I like the.
What are you, a psychologist now? You were a football player.
Michigan and Michigan State for me is a toss-up. I really look at it. I want to see a good football game. I like both programs. I've been rooting for both programs most of my life. Of course, you and I played at Wayne State, so we had no dog in that fight from a personal standpoint.
No.
And we had buddies that played for both schools. So it's been even-handed. But Oklahoma is an insatiable thing for me. When I was a kid,
have you been to a game?
Oh yeah, many,
Okay.
Handful. But when I was a kid, Steve Owens was friends. I was acquaintances of my grandfather's. He was a Heisman Trophy winner, played for the Detroit Lions.
Steve Owens,
Heisman Trophy winner,
played for the Lions.
Yeah.
What year? Like 50s?
White boy running back in the 70s.
70s?
Yeah. Look it up. And then
didn't think that existed.
A wonderfully slick and perfectly done jerry curled Billy Sims was my hero. I wore his number when I played for the Union Lake Hawks Little League football team. I wanted to be the next Billy Sims.
Well, you used to have a mullet. Mullet with the curls in the back.
Then I shaved in war number 44 when I moved to linebacker for Brian Bosworth.
Oh.
Then I got to go out there and meet Barry Switzer and Howard Schnellenberger and Bob Stoops, and it's just taken off. It's never stopped.
It never ends.
They won the national championship in 2000 in that great upset victory over Florida State.
And that was it? So it's been 25 years?
That is the last time that the Sooners have donned the hardware at the highest level. So It was nice, though, to see after some struggles here recently, Brent Venables coming over from Clemson. We thought he was going to rejuvenate the program faster than he has, but this year it looks like the Oklahoma Sooners have it on track. This is GOATQuest's college football preview episode. We're beginning with Michigan, Oklahoma, because it's close to home. Two teams that both have aspirations of the playoff. John Mateer, the big transfer from Washington State, looked fantastic leading the Sooners. Bryce Underwood, the number one recruit, $6 million man, thanks to Larry Ellison and the Oracle cash flow that distributed the NIL money into his pocket and got him out of Brian Kelly LSU into Sharon Moore's Ann Arbor Wolverines lineup. I think Underwood's going to be special, but he's a year away. What was your takeaway?
Even in the NFL, the whole rookie or being a freshman thing is gone. Like Bryce Underwood, before he took the first snap in the first game, he's dancing around singing some rap song or whatever song he's singing.
To sell something on social media?
I don't know what it was for.
Got to get that NIL.
But he's doing that before he even took one snap in college football. Just that lack of we're such a here and now society, right? Everything's got to be now, and everything has to happen this week. And
no delaying gratification.
there's zero.
You don't like that.
No, I don't
Tom
like
Beer
that.
doesn't like that.
No. You should just shut your mouth until you do some stuff.
Tom Beer's meat and
Right?
potatoes.
No, I'm
He
eating
went
potatoes.
fishing. He went fishing for a living in Bayport.
It was 40 years ago, but yes.
Yes. You
40
pulled
years ago.
fish out of water, hauled them back into port,
Put them in a box, put
and
ice
sold
on
them to somebody.
Sold
and
them to
that's how
somebody.
we make money in America.
That's how you do it. Capitalism.
That's right. Capitalism. Are you kidding me? Painting your fingernails, Caleb Williams? No.
I don't know. I don't know. There's something about it that just struck me wrong. But whatever. He's a good talent. I mean, he's played pretty well in the first 2 games. He's fairly accurate. He's obviously a good runner. Seems like the guys like him.
I think he should run a little bit more.
Maybe.
I think obviously, much has been made about the fact that he really is a true pocket passer, but has great feet. I think he could pull it down and they could run some designed quarterback draws for him a little bit more often.
Yeah.
Because he's very strong. I mean, he gets good body lean. He's not one of these quarterbacks who wants to slide. I mean,
How do you balance that though? Now you've got your quarterback. Now you're going to start running him like he's a running back. How long is that going to last before he gets hurt?
Did you see what?
Right?
Did you see what Mateer did to Oklahoma though?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he ran
5-6 first downs.
I know.
With his feet.
I'm not talking about a designed run. I'm talking about when you go back in the pocket and people are covered and you run for 10 or 12 yards for a first down. That's different than a design run. But maybe.
I like the fact that, so much has been made about Underwood's high school career. He got beat a couple times in his last 2 years, won 2 state championships as a freshman and sophomore, was a 4-year starter on a great team, which is amazing unto itself. Burks, who caught the big touchdown for Oklahoma, played with him at Belleville. Michigan did not recruit him, did not offer him. He goes to Oklahoma and beats the Michigan Wolverines. I like that kind of stuff. He's a few years older, but played with Underwood at Belleville High School. So big shout out to Belleville High. A big shout out to Jeff Henson, our boy coach in South Lyon, with a big victory.
Yeah, he's 2-0. I think they played against Kettering. I was at the game. I think it was Kettering.
VIP, right? They put you on the sideline. You had like a suite.
Oh no!
Was that velvet? The rope was velvet?
No, they had those little chairs that you can take out there with you.
A throne is what you call that.
I said, well, depends on what type of throne.
Do they let you have an
about.
adult beverage on the sideline? Are you the first man in MHSAA history to be given a waiver for adult beverage?
I don't drink at high school events.
Just gummies.
Maybe. Maybe no gummies.
Not football shaped.
But our buddy Brett Slotka was there, looking good with those choppers. He's got those chiclets.
Slots is a special cat.
God.
Is he smooth or what?
Oh, the girls were all over.
The ladies love Brett Slotka.
He's 54 years old.
50 years of fine vintage,
beating him off
maturity.
But it was fun. It was fun.
Brett Slotka, he's probably wore his uniform in greater attention to detail than any human being ever.
Oh, yeah.
I think he measured the distance between wristband to for symmetry. I think there was a full artificial intelligence screening.
Right out of Garden City, very particular about everything. His hair, his nails,
not
his
one
shoes,
hair out of place.
Not one hair.
His head.
No, and those chiclets, those when he smiles.
Big time action. Yes. So Michigan State pulls off a huge victory against O'Brien's Boston College Eagles the other night in overtime. Childs has been much maligned. He came over from Oregon State after having a great freshman year. He struggled last year, was on a Big Ten roller coaster, which happens to a lot of West Coasters who decide they want to come into the Big Ten. Nobody's really done it really successfully since Russell Wilson came in and did it at Wisconsin. Well, but he came from Maryland, right? So wasn't as West Coasty as maybe I'm thinking. But I can't think of a transfer quarterback coming into the Big Ten and being as dominant that came from some of these fluffier places.
I don't know. I mean, every time you say...
we had a national championship kid with Howard last year, but he was K-State. K-State's kind of meat and potatoes.
And then every time you say that now again, it can be disproved, right? So, look at Jalen Hurts, right? Starting for
Bama.
For Bama.
Goes to Oklahoma.
Pretty much gets cut. They just tell him you're not going to play here.
Yeah, Tua's the guy.
Yeah, Tua's the guy. And then you go there and you play well. You get in the NFL. You win a couple Super Bowls. It's just you can.
That's perseverance.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts is perseverance.
It is.
You touched on Alabama though, and if we're kind of working our way through what has gone on so far in our college football predictions, I don't think many of us had Alabama getting curb stomped in Tallahassee.
No, but that's this NIL game. All of a sudden, Tallahassee's always had good players, but you can change your team with 3, 4, fifth-year seniors.
How about 50?
Yeah, how about 50? Yeah.
Rich Rod is back at West Virginia, home of Pat McAfee. 51 incoming transfers for the West Virginia Mountaineers, and did not look good doing it with their trying to integrate their 51.
Well, the crazy thing is when you say that means you cut 51 players.
Purdue,
51?
Purdue, Barry Odom comes in from UNLV, and Purdue has 52. There's two teams that took more than 50 new guys onto their roster. It's 64, right? 60.
Yeah, it's got. Well, the NFL's 50.
We'd have like 70 if you expanded it to guys who are on red shirt.
53, but yeah, we didn't have more than 70 guys on our team.
We had 63, I think. And then you
got 90% of your team.
Your red shirts would put you up to 70 or 80.
You thought you were that bad that you had to get rid of 90% of your team?
24 scholarship players left Purdue. I mean, this NIL thing and the portal thing in combination, and now you had the House versus NCAA settlement. So let's break this down before we get into the picks. Now, New World Order in college football, 12-team playoff. Major conferences get more than the group of 5. They get the one entry. But with this House settlement, now the universities can directly pay the athletes. There's a salary cap. It is $20.5 million. I don't know how they came up with this number, but $20,500,000
for the whole team.
For the whole, I think it might be the program. It might be the athletic program.
Everything.
Yeah.
Swimming, tennis.
$20.5 million is the budgeted cap. But you can go over that cap with directly reviewed NIL opportunities, right? This is what we talked about last year, because the NIL is you licensing, not the school paying you. It's you licensing your name, image, and likeness.
With Nike or Reebok or Direct.
That's right.
That's unlimited.
That's unlimited. They can pay you as much as they want, right? Larry Ellison can say that Oracle, and Bryce Underwood can go do some Oracle commercials, and he can pay him whatever he wants. Whatever, but the NCAA does get to review it to see if it's of fair market value.
Because Larry Ellison could just give him the money and say, you don't have to do anything.
Look, that was what was happening.
Yeah.
That's what these
You don't have to
collectives
do
would
anything. I'm just going to give you the money. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, Jay Feldman Chevrolet is giving so-and-so $2 million. He came on the lot and did a promotion for me. Figure out whether or not that was worth it or not. I say it was. Right. So now it actually gets reviewed. The commercial participation, the advertisement, whatever it is that you're putting together, gets reviewed to determine whether or not it was fair market value, which is why you see so many more commercials now that are like Archie Manning, Warby Parker.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You're seeing them on every game. Every time you turn around, there's a college football player because they got to actually do it.
So if Arch Manning got $5 million from Texas, whatever he got, $5-6 million. So all this is extra.
Extra. Right, so they give them.
Everybody's going to be making more money than they make in the NFL.
Well,
or close
thank you very much for a segue, Dr. Beer, because what the unintended consequences of this now are is you have several lawsuits on the red shirt year. So, and just think about where this goes. They're now saying this is a profession. You made it a profession when you put a salary cap in place and started paying us directly. So now that we all recognize that this is a profession, why are you able to limit me to 4 years? Legally speaking, I want my 5th year right? Because it takes most college students 5 years to matriculate. That is the average, I guess. Somebody pulled this out as part of the court case. Average student takes more than 4 years to matriculate on a campus. So they're saying it should be at least 5 years. Well, guess the next guy is going to come along and say, well, it should be 6 years. I should have a 6th year.
A medical, exactly.
Because there's money involved and this is a job.
Well, and think about that too. I mean, if you can, you can get at least 1 or 2 years of medical red shirt, right? So if you blow out your knee or whatever you do, get a concussion, whatever, then you've got the regular red shirt.
Right. They're not taking those away, though. The red shirts are the same. These are guys asking to play on the field for 5 years.
Oh.
Saying the average career of a college student is 5 years. This is a profession now.
Oh.
I should be able to play for 5 years while I'm taking classes at the institution towards my degree.
Okay.
But as we both know, if somebody decides to be a doctor or a PhD in anthropology, they might go to school for 7 or 8 years. They might end up becoming a professor. Are we going to have professors that are also kickers that are in their 9th or 10th year?
27-year-old seniors.
I mean, where
Michigan?
does it go from here?
Yeah.
We got 52 new guys at West Virginia. We got kids suing.
I mean, even you go to Michigan, 95% of the guys that play at Michigan do not go to the NFL.
Sure.
Right? So they're there to get paid, right?
Absolutely.
They're there to get paid.
Absolutely.
Well, why not put a couple $100,000 in my bank before I graduate, right?
Which is what just imagine. It's even worse. Think about the NCAA. Basketball.
Yeah.
March Madness now. There are guys who know for sure that they're not going to have an NBA. They're excellent college basketball players, but their dimensions, their size,
whatever,
they are not playing in the NBA.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
How badly do they want to stay, right, to get that money?
Yeah.
Because
so you're going to go from playing at Michigan
to being in the G League.
From playing at Duke to being in the G League.
You are. And it happens every year.
And making whatever they make, $500 a week or $1,000 a week.
Yes.
Yeah.
So staying in the NCAA for
it's
hoops
a big deal.
Is going to be a huge deal to make them money.
Yeah.
Because it's about dollar bills, yo.
Yeah. I think Michigan, even the hockey players, I think they make like $20,000 a year, $25,000 a year. It's not nothing.
It's not nothing.
But when you're in college, you don't have any expenses.
When you're in college, it's everything.
You're at Michigan. You got everything paid for. Put it in the bank, invest it, whatever you're going to do.
We've talked about this, but in Division II, the rules were different. And when you had a school like Wayne State that didn't have a training table, didn't have laundry, didn't have student housing, didn't have any of that shit,
food,
we were able to get money. So if you had a full scholarship, and so I got my apartment from the baseball team, I got my full tuition from the football team, but we didn't have a training table. So a full scholarship, they could actually hand me a check. They handed me a check. The overage was usually somewhere between $1,300 and $1,500 per semester. Even that was solid gold.
Sure.
That was like your car payments and your gas and food.
Yeah.
You know, the fact that these kids are getting, as you just said, even the hockey team's getting $20,000.
Yeah.
Dude, that is buttercups and lilacs.
Even Jeff Henson was talking to me. He's the head coach out at South Lyon, but he was talking to me about Wayne State. He goes, they want for nothing. When we were there, we wanted for everything. I guess we did get. I can't remember what my full ride was, but I got my tuition paid for. But I had to pay for my books. I had to pay for my food. I had to pay for everything else.
Oh yeah, not at Ohio State though. With the $20 million, they're spending all of the 20. And they've got a collective. So Ohio State actually hired Learfield Sports to do their advertising NIL group. So now they're going out and hiring marketing agencies. They're hiring talent agencies to put these deals together for them.
Yeah.
Staying on Ohio State.
If you came from a poor family, which we did, we weren't poor.
Not dirt poor,
but we weren't rich.
Right.
Right. Wouldn't you go to the place that gave you the most money? Period.
Within a competitive
balance. So that's
right. I'm not going to go lose every game for 4 years.
And there's not many silver spoons that are good football players.
Right.
Just not. Just
right. There aren't that many Archie Mannings.
They're not. They're that upbringing just doesn't work for football.
Yeah. They're usually guys that
parents didn't even give a shit about them. Right.
Yeah.
I mean. A lot of the guys.
Or ex-players. And ex-players is feast or famine. Some of them don't have a pot to piss in.
That's true.
Some of them did a lot with their money
true.
and did well.
Yeah, but
it could go either way.
But back to the point. I mean, if I was looking at a college and somebody gave me $100,000 over $50,000, I'd take the 100. So of course they've got to have these companies that they hire to help them raise money and figure out how to allocate it and pay people. And I get it; it's a big business.
So Big Ten kicks off the season. We mentioned Oklahoma took it to Michigan, but Ohio State did the same. Not as thoroughly on the scoreboard, but if you watch the game between the line of scrimmage, Ohio State did what they wanted to do to Texas.
Ohio State looked really, really good.
Really
and it's not like
Saying is legit.
Yeah,
the quarterback is legit.
He looked really well.
Jeremiah Smith is the real deal.
Real deal.
Caleb Downs is probably the best defensive football player in the NCAA right now. The safety for Ohio State.
And it's not like Arch Manning was missing people wide open. That wasn't the problem.
No.
That wasn't the problem.
He did not have a lot of places to go.
It was actually kind of similar to the Lions game. You just had a bad day. People weren't getting open, and Arch Manning didn't play well either.
Yeah.
The couple times he had people wide open that were easy throws.
But I think most of the time he was forced into bad situations by a very good defensive football team.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And Matt Patricia's coaching the defense now. How much money do you get? I
know.
Well, I tell you, they have a lot of money because I think they've now settled a half a dozen of these lawsuits from the doctor, similar to what happened with Nasser at Michigan State. If you saw the documentary now, Ohio State had a doctor that was fiddling with all of the athletes. And by fiddling, I mean rape, coercion, collusion with the athletic department, cover up. I mean, this was bad business for Ohio State. I mean, I know that it has happened in multiple places, Michigan State being the most obvious one.
Sure.
But what happened to these poor wrestlers, and everybody saying that they were lying and nobody believing them, and this guy juggling their kuyans at every physical. I mean, this guy was just a straight up weirdo who multiple people went to the administration to complain about. One woman campaigned against him for years for being a sexual deviant, and they did nothing.
Is there a team in the Big Ten that just doesn't have FU money? No. There really isn't, not anymore. All the big schools in the SEC and the ACC, as I normally argue for capitalism, there's parts of it that are just unfair. When you can run amok, when you can pay enough money. But the problem is the other side doesn't work either. I don't like socialism.
No.
So for me, that's a bigger no-go than capitalism. But you feel like things have run amok when you can just pay somebody $50 million and have them go away, and you were dead wrong, and you were guilty, right, of the problem. I don't know. It's just a weird world we live in. There's so much money now, so much more money than there used to be.
So let's get down to brass tacks in the Big Ten on who spent that money the most wisely.
Oh, God.
So we've seen Ohio State. We like Ohio State.
Yeah.
They are strong in every facet. I loved what I saw, a small sample size against weak competition, but Penn State has all the pieces.
They had at the end of last year, and they got a lot of them back.
They got a lot of them back. They lost Carter to the NFL, but
they did. But do you see the kid that came in behind them?
Oh, rinse and repeat.
Dude.
Rinse and repeat. They've got the best offensive firepower in the game right now. They've got Drew Aller slinging it at the quarterback position with Singleton and Allen, two running backs that
have been there for what's got to be their fourth year, both of them.
And this team is built for a playoff run. So I think James Franklin has the sleeper here this time around. Obviously, Dan Lanning in Oregon just reloaded. They look fantastic again.
I haven't played anyone yet, really, though. I mean,
I would love to see how Underwood matures and how this Michigan team comes together. They have the easiest schedule in the history of the Big Ten. I've never seen anything like it. They don't play anybody that you would expect them to play except Ohio State at the end of the year. So who do you like? Give me your final four of the Big Ten between these two divisions, and then who's going to end up in the Big Ten championship?
Well, obviously Ohio State. I just thought they looked great. They looked flawless. Probably when I was watching the game, I watched the quarterback a little bit more than I do. He looked tough. He threw dimes. He didn't look disturbed.
Phased at all.
Didn't look phased at all. Looked like he'd played last year.
Yep. Not a newcomer look at all.
Just rifling the ball, throwing to open spots, and I thought he looked great, and I thought that would be probably one of their downsides. But they just got so much talent. Look at all these guys go to the NFL. They just reload.
And I thought that there was going to be a drop-off with some of the guys who have gone to the league under Brent Bielema at Illinois. Illinois looks very good.
Yeah.
They reloaded.
Illinois looks good.
Altmaier is a hell of a quarterback. They've got their defense is flying around like Illinois hasn't in many, many years. What about Indiana? Does Cignetti figure out a way to repeat and get back into a double-digit win season?
I don't think so.
You think Indiana slips?
I think Indiana slips.
They've got a lot of preseason All-Americans on that defense.
I know, but you can, they lost. They lost their quarterback, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they lost their quarterback,
Rourke.
and that quarterback played well last year. So I don't know. It just depends on the guy coming in plays, but I think they'll falter through the year. I really like Ohio State. I like Oregon. They've looked good so far, but they haven't played anyone yet.
I think it's Illinois, Oregon, and Penn State, Ohio State. I think Michigan State will surprise some people. I think Childs will get some confidence off of the big Boston College win, leading them back with the beautiful pass in overtime, double overtime to beat Boston College. I do think Cignetti will be in the fight, but I think Illinois and Oregon are going to be too much for him in the West, and Penn State and Ohio State are a different class in the East.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who wins it all? Who walks away with the Big Ten crown and goes into the playoff with a first-round bye?
Penn State.
Penn State.
Penn State.
I'm going to go Ohio State, but I do like Penn State. I think Penn State gets into the playoff, and I think this might be one of those years where Ohio State wins one, Penn State wins one. So I'd like to see Penn State win the playoff one, but I think that those two teams are going to play each other more than once because they're that good.
Yeah.
That takes us to the SEC, because really there's only two conferences in football. I don't know if anybody realized that. Big 12, ACC, thank you very much. It was fun knowing you. But there's two conferences. That's the Big Ten and the SEC. If you're not in those two conferences, then you're on the outside looking in. There's somebody still might make a Cinderella run from those conferences or the group of five.
Sure.
A lot of people are loving Navy this year with Horvath at quarterback. And will he be the group of five guy who breaks in and then that weird Navy offense in one game can beat somebody? We'll see. But
and the whole Army-Navy thing, they have gotten better and they've got good players, but I think it's just the offensive line and defensive line, the size of the SEC players at, like Tennessee and Georgia, and it's something they can't overcome.
And most
the physicality.
Agreed. And most experts picked Texas and Alabama each to only lose one game. Well, guess what? They've both already lost one game. So let's talk SEC. Texas got shown up. Then they looked very good more recently against San Jose State. Again, it's San Jose State.
Yeah.
Not exactly a pushover, but not a great football team either. They'll probably end up being around 500. Alabama gets beat badly against Florida State. Embarrassed with, I can see his face. Gus Malzahn running the offense. Norvell regenerating things at Florida State. I think Florida State looks much better. Brian Kelly flexed nicely for LSU in their opening win. Texas A&M has looked good. People have been waiting for them to reemerge. Missouri looked good. Obviously, Oklahoma and John Mateer making a big difference there. Lane Kiffin and Ole Miss looked great against Kentucky. I mean, talk to me. It's a mass of riches.
It is, but they haven't played a whole lot of people yet. A couple people have, like, Oklahoma played Michigan.
Florida's already lost. They were picked high.
Yeah,
South Florida.
They lost, to South Florida. Yeah, gosh, I don't know.
Vandy looks good with Palvia and Stowers. They got a tight end quarterback, a battery there.
I really like Tennessee.
Tennessee's your go-to.
Yeah.
Josh Heupel, you think is going to get it done?
I think so far they look like the real deal. They got a lot of defense back, and they've played well.
Josh Heupel and the Tennessee Volunteers, you like. Now, would you consider going to Knoxville to see the Oklahoma Sooners play the Tennessee Volunteers.
When is that?
That is early November. I'm going to try to convince Johnny to go on the road. Maybe we do a live broadcast from Knoxville, Tennessee. We'll get Jeff Henson.
Johnny's never been on the road with us.
Oh, that's right.
That's right.
We're trying to do that. College football needs us in the tailgate party.
Oh.
GOATQuest needs to go out into the parking lot and be part of the party.
Oh, how are you going to do that in Tennessee?
Like with you, it'll be non-alcoholic beer.
Oh.
It'll be. Do you wear the adult diapers, or the ones that tuck in?
Depends.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, it depends,
Yeah.
or depends are the brand.
Depends.
Okay.
The brand.
If you can make it through an hour and a half, I think we could do an hour and a half, an extra long episode, especially if you're wearing the diaper.
Without a piss break?
Because you're just going to go in the diaper.
Okay.
That's why they have the elastic bands.
Give me a plus.
You're not going to have any leakage. No leakage. That's what I saw in the commercial. So Auburn has Jackson Arnold, the transfer from Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
Freeze has got to win, right? So this is a big test year for Auburn. Any of these teams on the lower half that you like South Carolina with Sellers.
I like Notre Dame.
Okay, well, that's an independent. We're in the SEC.
I know.
I know you like Carr, Lloyd's son or grandson, playing for Notre Dame at quarterback. He looked good.
I do.
In a loss, he looked good. Who else? In the SEC, who else? You like the Tennessee Volunteers.
I like Tennessee. I can't really come up with.
We
who
hate
else?
Brian Kelly for all the right reasons.
No, probably LSU. I mean, because, they won their first game. They played well. He's obviously got good players.
Nussmeier.
Yeah.
So you got Nussmeier at quarterback for him. You got who beat Cade Klubnik, the other Heisman wannabe quarterback from Clemson. That game was hard fought. It was very boring.
Yeah.
Again, one of these games that where
I know.
neither team really found a way to do very much. I'm not a huge Brian Kelly fan.
Why?
Because, when we played against him, plus he offered me a very minuscule
scholarship.
I got full from everybody in the conference except him.
Yeah.
And
would you have gone to Grand Valley?
I don't know. Van Gorder wanted me to play linebacker there. I wanted to play running back, and Kelly wanted none. I don't think he wanted me at all.
Yeah.
So, it was nice rushing for, a couple 100 yards against him when we played him.
Yeah.
He's obviously done pretty well for himself. I don't think he's worried about it.
No.
As he's down in Baton Rouge collecting about, $7 million a year.
And he got paid in Notre Dame, too.
Yeah, great football coach. I mean,
Yeah.
let's not mince words.
No.
Brian Kelly's a great football coach. LSU is going to be real tough to handle. I don't think much of Alabama, though. I don't believe in Texas A&M. I think Georgia takes a step back this year. So I do think the Ole Misses, the Tennessees, the Auburns, the South Carolinas, I do think they get a chance to step up this year.
Maybe South
and
Carolina.
get into the mix.
Maybe South Carolina.
I like Beamer.
Yeah.
The young Beamer.
Yeah.
So let's put it right into the playoff then. If let's just say that it's Red River War, whoever wins between Texas and Oklahoma, and then it's an Ole Miss Alabama or Ole Miss Georgia showdown for the other side. Let's say that we get this thing and it's Texas versus Tennessee in the final. Who do you like to win the SEC?
I like Tennessee.
You like Tennessee?
So far.
Even if they're facing off against one of the Blue Bloods in the final.
I think so.
Because Tennessee's not a Blue Blood anymore.
No, but I don't think the Blue Bloods are what the Blue Bloods were.
Okay.
Right?
I'm putting it down.
I mean, you got Alabama.
Oh, Rocky Top, Tennessee. That's the one. I'm rooting for Oklahoma, but I do like what Lane Kiffin has got going on at Ole Miss. It pains me to say it.
How do you lose the best quarterback in the draft, probably, and you're still fine?
Reload. And I love South Carolina. I think Lenora Sellers is totally legit. I think that everybody's going to have a tough time beating Beamer in that South Carolina team. And then the ACC's got Carson Beck at Miami, the one that beat Notre Dame, that beat your Notre Dame team. Out west is Sam Leavitt, the Michigan State transfer. So before we get to the playoff, who's your list of the best college football players this year? Who's going to win the Heisman versus who's going to be in the playoff? Where do you want to go from here? I'm letting you pick the next branch of the college football preview episode.
Well, it's so tough to pick, but I know we have to. That's the purpose of a podcast.
Your opinion matters to people. You are the beer man. Some people can't get through a weekend without the beer man.
That's true. That's true. But most people can.
And I'm not talking about people just related to
most
you.
people can. I'd probably say Ohio State. In Carr, I just think they're going to be awfully tough to beat.
Ohio State, and then you said Carr, but you meant Carr for Notre Dame. You think Notre Dame and Ohio State?
Yeah, Carr.
Sane for Ohio State.
Sane from Ohio State.
Sane for Ohio State, Notre Dame. So I've got a board here. I think the Big Ten is going to get 3 teams in. I think it's Ohio State, Oregon, and Penn State all getting in. I think Notre Dame does get in. I think they rebound from the Miami loss. I think Miami also gets in.
Sure.
I think they're going to beat Clemson this year in that ACC. I also thought,
yeah, but they got to play Florida State.
Oh, they got to play Florida. They got to play the greatest coach of all time, Bill Belichick.
Oh yeah,
and those North Carolina powder blue Tar Heels. What happened to Bill Belichick? I remember saying to a podcast audience last year, Cleveland Browns sucked under Belichick. The whole time before Tom Brady started a football game, the Patriots were just okay. Tom Brady started playing for the Patriots. They won a bunch of Super Bowls. Tom Brady left, and how good was Bill Belichick without him?
No good.
Not good. And Tampa Bay, where Brady went, won another Super Bowl. Now Bill Belichick and his girlfriend, because she's the general manager, are at Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Did they look good?
In your life, have you seen a head coach talk to his girlfriend or wife during a football game?
No.
I've never. It was not even possible.
No. You give him a kiss after the game.
After the game or before the game. Have you during the game? He's talking to his girlfriend.
No. It is. It is. He is a laughing stock.
He must have got some type of contract that was like a no fire. I can do whatever I want to do and say whatever I want to say.
He's an embarrassment. I mean, he's like the guy wandering around the beach with the trophy wife, where he's going to be in a walker in a minute, and she's going to be hustling all of his cash.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, you only get one life, and if that's what you want, then that's what you want. But I don't know. To me, it's embarrassing.
To do that to your legacy. I'm obviously poking a lot of fun at him.
Yeah.
I've never thought he was the greatest coach. I've always thought he was a product of Tom Brady, but he's a damn good coach, great defensive mind. I've always thought Joe Gibbs, the Super Bowl, the only coach to win 3 Super Bowls with 3 different quarterbacks, is the best NFL coach of all time. And I think there's several others that are better than Belichick. But he's a great coach, and he had a great legacy.
Sure.
And for all those Patriots fans, and there's a legion of them that lived and died on those teams and got so much joy from that program, what he's doing to them now with this is just like treading on the banner of Patriot excellence.
Patriot excellence.
Yeah. I mean, if you're from Boston, I got a buddy, Dave McDonald, coming into town. If you're a Boston guy and you lived and died on these Patriots, and now this guy's running amok and it's like your grandfather making an embarrassing series
then
of
we
decisions.
get into the whole thing. It's still back to the players. You got Drake May. You've got. I just think coaching's overrated. I just think that most people think it's 40 to 50% of the game, and I think it's 10 to 20.
It's not.
I don't think it is. Not when you've got good players.
So who else gets in? Or who's your group of 5 team that gets into this college football, this 12-team mess?
Well, Ohio State, Miami. I like Florida State too.
Ooh, 2 ACCs?
Yeah, I like Florida State too. Obviously.
Interesting twist.
Penn State. I don't think Oregon gets in. Tennessee. And
does Texas get in? You putting Texas out?
I just don't think Arch Manning. He hasn't shown me enough yet.
The team's loaded, bruh.
I know they're loaded.
They're getting in.
I know they're loaded.
They're getting in.
Maybe
LSU's getting
Notre
in.
Dame. Notre Dame.
Notre Dame's getting in. LSU's getting in. No group of 5 that jumps out at you. No Boise State
yet.
this year.
It's early. I saw Boise State play. They didn't look that good to me.
You're not in love with Navy?
No.
You don't believe Arizona State
they
and
just
Sam
don't,
Leavitt will figure it out
They
with
don't
the Tyson kid at receiver?
You watch even Deion Sanders when they say, when are you going to be great? When are you going to be like Alabama? You know what he says? When we get offensive and defensive linemen like Alabama.
SMU's got Kevin Jennings back, and they've already lost. Georgia Tech, Haynes King, nice quarterback there. They had a big win early, another another shocking victory. TCU got a win with Josh Hoover at quarterback. Sawyer Robertson from Baylor had the upset against SMU. I mean, there's some good players. DJ Lagway got upset at Florida by South Florida.
Yeah.
We talked about Lenora Sellers. I think Drew Aller is one of the picks of the litter at Penn State. I think he looks much better than years past. Obviously, I love Mateer. I like your boy CJ Carr from Saline, Michigan. Lloyd Carr's grandson playing at Notre Dame. Rocco Becht got the big win against Iowa for Iowa State.
Iowa State, I do like Iowa State.
That's
too.
Matt Campbell, was at Toledo. Good coach. Been there a while now. Showed that he's one of the few guys that will actually stay at an Iowa State type program and create a winner there. I mean, Nussmeier looked good. Klubnik is okay. Sane looked great to me at Ohio State. I think the class of the running back position is Jeremiah Love for Notre Dame.
Yeah.
I love that kid, and I'm not using it as a pun. That is a special football player. He's going to be a great pro.
Yeah.
So I like watching the two kids for Penn State. I think the 1-2 punch there with Singleton and Allen is what gets them over the hump in the playoff. I still think Ryan Williams is the best receiver in college football at Alabama.
I think that's
Jordan Tyson is the kid at Arizona State. Hughes is the kid at Oregon. Anybody else that you saw this weekend?
not that you haven't named already.
Anybody you saw this
I think the running back from Notre Dame was even last year when he played, was somebody that stuck out to me just as a freak.
He could be a Saquon Barkley.
No question.
Yeah.
And he probably should be in the NFL now.
Yeah.
He's that good, that big, that strong, that fast, great feet, great vision.
Speaks to really what Freeman is doing for a kid like that to stay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's no doubt that, now maybe he wants
Now,
to draft status. He's done the math.
Do you know how much he's making NIL? Is it published?
I don't know the answer.
I don't think it is.
Well, if anybody's not going to publish it, it'll be Notre Dame.
Yeah, no question. Nobody's going to publish it until you make them publish it either.
Catholics are pretty good at keeping stuff under the rug for as long as possible.
Can you imagine every team in the SEC?
And I speak as a Roman Catholic boy.
Can you imagine?
Detroit Catholic leader.
You hear the stories all the time of guys that played in the 80s and 90s that just got bags full of cash. It happened in every sport.
I'm sure it did.
You know?
Well, we know that Barry Switzer wasn't afraid to get it done in Oklahoma. You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
He once told a high school teacher, well, you can either pass him in this class and watch him pump your gas for the next 10 years, or you can change that grade, and he's going to be playing in the Orange Bowl, winning games for the Oklahoma Sooners. that kid, J.C. Watt, ended up becoming congressman, a U.S. congressman,
did he really?
after winning the Orange Bowl for the Oklahoma Sooners, just as Barry Switzer predicted. So it goes to show you sometimes maybe a tweak here and there for a kid.
A little tweak.
For a kid who had to work at the family gas station every day and couldn't go to class, maybe you got to work around people working on the farm.
Wow.
Or fishing in Bayport, Michigan.
Fishing.
We rolled through. We got kind of the names there. Heisman Trophy, though. Do you think that your Jeremiah Love is going to be able to put the stats together?
I don't know about that. I mean, they gave him the ball 10 times last game, right? Did he get 10 carries? That was it, though.
I didn't look.
I think it was 10 carries. And they were complaining about the 10 carries. They're saying he should get 20, 25 carries a game.
Yeah,
not many people, even nowadays. Even the college game has changed. They don't get 25 carries in a game.
No, what they will do is give it to him 15 to 18 times and then throw it to him 6 or 7
Do
times.
the Lions deal, right? Where you just throw to the running backs all day.
Right.
Yeah.
So they do have to figure out how to get it in his hands.
I mean, he looks like the favorite, but the favorite could also come from Williams from Ohio State too. I mean, he's just a freak athlete that they throw to a lot because he catches them.
I think Levitt is going to have insane numbers with the Tyson kid at wide receiver at Arizona State. I think Beck is going to have insane numbers because he's playing in the ACC.
But the lack of competition, right?
I think Sellers, the run-pass option that he presents, the problems that he gives defenses at South Carolina.
I think you've got to be in one of those top divisions too, right? I mean, it's got to be somebody. You'd think it's going to be somebody in one of the top divisions that's going to win the Heisman.
I hope. All the guys for Penn State are going to kind of cancel themselves out because there's three of them.
Well, look at Ashton Genty, right?
Yeah, Ashton Genty.
Yeah, exactly. But you saw what happened when we played Penn State.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a different story when
story.
all 11 guys on the field are just as athletic as you are on the offensive side.
If not more, yeah.
Yeah. Avery, we didn't mention Avery Johnson from Kansas State. They had a rough start to the season. He's the long-haired, crazy-looking quarterback
I saw him.
Put it under his arm here and there. And then the one that I think is the sentimental favorite for a lot of people is the Navy kid, Blake Horvath. Yeah, he's going to go serve his country. This is not a kid that's going to play in the NFL at the quarterback position. Sometimes they like to give a kid like that one last college prize.
A little bump
before he moves on and puts on that white hat and puts that crisp uniform on and
Trump's
goes
in there.
and leads a nuclear submarine.
It could happen when Trump's in there, right?
It could indeed. So your final pick for the Heisman Trophy.
Love.
Jeremiah Love.
I just think he's a
Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
He looks like an amazing talent. He's got the size and the speed and the right team, right?
I'm going to go with the Crimson and Cream pick. John Mateer, quarterback, Oklahoma Sooners.
He does look like a model.
He is going to do it all.
See when he pulls his helmet off,
like
you're
like a Ken doll? You had a little man crush.
I was like, damn, that guy's good looking.
You're sweet on a Sooner.
Nah, not really.
Valentine's Day?
Not really. No.
I'm
not that sweet. You're taking it to a level that I'm
like John Cusack with
on a level of
with
1
a jam
to
box
10,
over your head at his dorm room window.
I'm a 2, and you're trying to make me a 9.
At his dorm room window, you're gonna pull a say anything?
Come on. You know that's not what I do.
Little Breakfast Club, maybe?
No,
Sneak him in the closet?
Anything.
Little lipstick?
Say nothing.
Oh, jeez. All right. College football, we have Penn State, we like. We have Ohio State, we like.
Don't forget Tennessee.
Tennessee is Tom's pick. I'm going to go with Penn State and James Franklin to win the whole damn thing. I'm going to go with John Mateer. I think Oklahoma's going to be there at the end. Tom Beer's got the Tennessee Volunteers. Josh Heupel, who also played quarterback at Oklahoma. Even your Tennessee guy has Boomer Sooner blood running through his veins.
Okay.
Even your University of Michigan coach, Sharon Moore, played for the University of Oklahoma. So there's a lot of connective threads. There's good vibrations in the universe. Jeremiah Love is your pick for Notre Dame to win the Heisman Trophy. And once again, you heard it here. The Beer Man's creamsicle urinal cake bust that goes outside the stadium, inside the Porta-John, shaped like the two-way player Tom Beer will be wearing number 51. 51 is the jersey, so Beer on the back of it. First GOATQuest fan to show up with a Lions jersey with Beer hand-sewn on the back of it gets this right here. We're going to give the belt away to any listener that can bring Tom Beer a jersey that he cannot buy for himself because the NFL will not sell a Lions jersey with beer on the back of it because of the alcohol situation.
Is that a big enough prize?
I think. Don't you think?
The greatest of all time GOATQuest?
The GOATQuest belt.
Wow.
I mean, feel that thing.
Wow.
That's a hunk of gold.
It is. Oh, my God.
I'm not joking.
Can't even lift it.
That is a real championship belt. No joke.
What a prize.
Yes.
What a prize.
Once again, follow us on the socials. Be there or be square. We're going to be coming at you.
All that stuff.
The next time we're here, because of the way we're staggered, we're busy people. We got a lot of things going on. There's a lot of money to be made out there. It's capitalism. You said it.
Yeah.
So while we're picking up dollars and bills all over God's green earth, we will come back to you. We'll probably be somewhere into the season where we can revisit this and see just how full of shit that we both are. That's the calibration.
Well, we know through our lifetime we're full of shit a lot.
As our picks crash and burn into the core of the earth, please hit us up on socials and tell us just how bad we are. Thank you, and good evening from GOATQuest.
Good evening.